Hello everyone and welcome to today's weather update. We are back. It has been 2 days. There's a lot happened in 2 days. We're going to go through this in a minute. Yes, there's a lot happened where I am in the last couple of days in relation to the weather. We'll all go through that in a minute. Well, and yeah, so Storm, what's his name? What's his name again? Storm Arwen, I think his name is. What's his name again? Oh my god, what was it? Storm Arwen, that's it. Arwen, that's the name. Let's open this as well. Storm names 2021. So what would the next one actually be? Barra. Storm Barra. What the hell, man? What a strange name. So yeah, the next one that will be here is called Storm Barra, apparently. So yeah. But yeah. So yeah, there is a lot happened in the last 2 days. A lot happened. We've got a red warning. We had a red warning on the east coast of Scotland. I was just outside of it today on Friday, it's 3 a.m. now. The winds have calmed down, but it did get to 70 miles per hour or so here today earlier on. Some of the strongest winds I've seen in a long time. Proper autumn storm though. Finally a proper autumn storm. So yeah, that's great. Very interesting weather today. Very interesting weather. Definitely one of the more interesting weather days of the year. There hasn't been any interesting days through this whole autumn. This is probably the most interesting one. There is a few interesting days to come as well as we end the autumn. It always seems to be at the end of the month as well that it gets interesting. The end of October when it started raining really heavy, and now with this like northerly blast, if you like, coming direct from the Arctic as well. It's very unusual as well. Like I said this on Thursday as well. It's very unusual that we've got gusts direct from the Arctic. You know, 100. I think it got to 98 miles per hour somewhere as the peak. I think it was Aberdeenshire or something. But yeah, I'll obviously talk more about that later on. I'll wait for my Barocca to dissolve in the background. Yeah, I thought I'd try it. I've never tried it before. This is the first time me ever trying it, by the way, so I thought, why not? Let's just do it. I had it next to me. I had, like, the Barocca bottle. I thought, why not? Right now, my first impressions is it looks like pee. Somebody's peed in it. So yeah, I'm going to be like Bear Grylls tonight. Woo! Love it. Can't wait. It'll be interesting to see what it tastes like. I hope it doesn't taste like wee. Not that I know what that tastes like. Anyway, it's 3:10. I'm tired. I'm gonna get on because that's what usually happens when I get tired. I talk a lot of nonsense, which I am probably gonna do a lot in this video. Also, speaking of background, you notice I got my Christmas lights as well. So that's nice. Finally put my Christmas lights up. Woo! It's not even December yet, but I don't care. We're going to start off with, I've been rambling, that's 3 minutes of rambling, woo. We're going to start off with the average temperature, which we usually do. It has dropped quite significantly today. It has dropped from 7.4 to 7 degrees. So yeah, that was sitting at 7.4 yesterday. We predicted that it's going to finish up between 5.8 and 6.3, and it looks like it might actually do it quite nicely as well. Quite a few cold days coming up over the next couple of days, and then that last day in November will be a bit milder on Tuesday. 10 degrees might just spoil it a little bit, but maybe not. Maybe it will drop quite far as well, because we have got quite a few chilly days coming up over the next couple of days, and very cold nights as well with some frost around. Not tonight. It's too wet for that. But yeah, precipitation, we predicted this would end up about 50 to 60 mils. I'm not confident with this. I think we absolutely failed at this, by the way. There's no way this is going to end up in 50 to 60. I'm only holding out for temperature now. How is this only climbed by 1.2 degrees? This makes no sense. Was it the snow? It doesn't take snow into account, so I think that might have ruined it a bit. I was kind of worried that would take that into account, but we've not had 45 centimeters of snow. Not on the ground anyway. That's very weird. You know what I said? It might taste like pee. It's not far from it. Not that I know what it tastes like again, but You know that thing. You know when you have an idea of what something tastes like. You probably not tried it before, but you have that idea of what something tastes like. Yeah. It's kind of like if you put pee in the fridge for an hour. That's kind of what happened. Okay, I'm just going to move on. This is not what I expected to start with. So yeah, something more serious now. Serious time. We've got warnings for tomorrow. I expect there will be more issued tomorrow to add to this crazy, bizarre looking map that they've decided to update us with. Why have they done this? There's so much layered on top of each other. There's more layers than a bloody wedding cake on this. Okay, so let's start off with the wind warning then. So eastern parts of Scotland has got a wind warning, so yeah, expect flying debris and stuff. I was out an hour ago, and I was almost in the red warning. It was not hardly anything. There was a trampoline blown over. There was a caravan blown over. I wish I saw that in real life, but I saw that on Twitter. Yeah, a few other things, you know. And some things that people have forgot to tie down, like bins, for example. That's went over. Quite a few of them were over there. Oh yeah, and I was out an hour ago as well, and there was snow flurries about, so I got to see some snow. My first snow of the season, yay! Not too bad for Dundee as well, right down to sea level, 26th, 27th of November. There's probably some before that, but let's just call this the first snow of the season, really. I imagine there'll be more over the next couple of days as well. Have the details a little bit later. And I got the snow and ice warning as well, which covers most of Scotland actually, apart from the important bits where I am. Just outside of it, just like the red warning, just outside of it. Just exact same, really. So yeah, this is snow and ice. Yeah, as the rain sort of freezes on the ground, because it will go below freezing in these areas, as we'll see in a minute. It will turn to ice, and it might be quite dangerous as well. I'm quite surprised it's only yellow though. But yeah, and we've got a snow warning down here as well, which goes down the mountains, southern Scotland, right down to northern England and stuff. So yeah, if you're in these warning areas, take care. I was in the red warning, almost in the red warning, nothing happened to me, so I'm fine. Twice in a row that it's felt like it's a bit over-exaggerated by the Met Office, but the same happened with Beast from the East in 2018, but yeah. I wasn't in the red warning, so I can't really say for that. I was in 2018 though. Okay, let's have a look at the wind direction then. You can see here that most of Scotland are in snow temperatures, so anything that falls out the sky will be snow, except from like Aberdeen and stuff, but even then, maybe some sleet as well. But yeah, we've seen that the strongest winds are right along this eastern coast as well. So yeah, this is looking like a really windy night again for like southeastern parts of Scotland, and many other areas as they have dried up from the rain, and the wind is almost at freezing, if not below. Yeah. So yeah, Braemar, let's see, they're at -4, and yeah, place like Dundee are at 1 degree, Edinburgh 3 degrees, Glasgow's at 2 degrees. So yeah, pretty cold all across the board. Definitely almost everywhere we'll see snow if anything falls from the sky, apart from the very far eastern coasts. Yeah, it's pretty cold. If we let's skip forward to tomorrow, we can see that the temperatures don't really rise at all. So yeah, they stay there, and if we skip forward to Sunday night, there will be a frost because everywhere almost goes down below freezing, even the eastern coast as well. So yeah, very cold night coming up tomorrow, and Sunday night as well. Another frost coming up then. Let's have a look at the weather radar then. Let's refresh that. We can see here that there are showers piling into the northeast, and some of them getting through, so there's some snow flurries about there. Obviously some very heavy snow down northern England and southern Scotland as well, but most areas have flurries or light snow. Have a look at the weather type. Almost everything, apart from very far eastern coast, is snow. And yes, that's just moved again. And look at that, how close Dundee is to snow. I still want to go outside again. I'm not going to go outside because I am not going out at 3:15 a.m, even though I just went out at 2 a.m. But yeah, that's the situation that's the situation right now in Scotland when I'm recording this, obviously. And let's have a look at the models then. So this is the UK Mets, this is the 12Z, and we're done with Storm Arwen now. We're pretty much done with it, and we will be moving on from it. And we'll see what happens for early December. All attention starts to turn to if we're going to get a Scandinavian high for early December as well. or early to mid-December. It's not going to happen in early December. So at 12Z, we are bringing down a northerly wind, a northeasterly wind tomorrow. Very cold, 2-3 degrees at maximums. And Sunday is an even colder day, continuing to bring down northerlies. Monday is looking a little bit colder than was originally anticipated as well. But overnight on Monday, it will go a bit milder, still on a northwesterly influence, so like temperatures are around average at this point. And then Wednesday, we're back into the pattern again with kind of deja vu. So one day of mild weather. We're bringing down a northerly. I might go somewhere on Tuesday. It might be a bit warmer to go somewhere. And then Thursday is and the northerly continues. And Friday, I imagine that'll probably topple over. We can go to Friday. And actually, it doesn't with this one. It stays cold on Friday. Not that cold, but it does stay quite chilly. If I have a look at the up here temperature, it is still there at -5. So it's a bit like Monday is Friday. Like, Friday is like Monday. It's kind of like a transition, but it transitioned for one day. So maybe we'll go back into another northerly again on like the 6th. But yeah, we can see that with the GEM now. And we're bringing down direct northerlies tomorrow and direct northerlies on Sunday. And then we amplify it a little bit, but it's still quite cold with a lot of frost Saturday and Sunday night. And then it goes a bit milder on Monday night, and we start to revert to a bit more Atlantic influence, back to average. And then again, we revert back on Wednesday to northerlies. So another potent northerly spell there. More snow to look out for. Even after tomorrow and Sunday, more snow, and Monday, more snow to look out for 2 days later as well. And then more on Thursday, continue that northerly. Again, Friday's like that transition day, still cold in the east, a bit like Monday. And then it goes Atlantic driven on the 4th, and it's quite mild actually, because we're dragging up southwesterlies. But we're starting to show signs of Scandinavian highs getting going, but it's not looking like it, is it? It's not getting there. Actually, it's quite stormy again on the 5th of December. And yeah, westerlies. Northerlies were good because my window faces the west. So if it comes from a northerly direction, but it doesn't very often, that'll be like the last time we'll have it in like 20 years or something. Then it's not too bad because the wind's just blowing to the side of the window, if you like. And with a westerly, yeah, that's going to be awful. And yeah, we got up to Monday, 6th of November. Looking quite cold again, though. Looking quite chilly. And we are probably bringing -5 into Scotland. Oh, what the heck's happened? Okay. Oh my god. Okay, well. I guess I'm not allowed to look at upper air temperatures. As my internet died, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh my god. Has my internet died? What has happened? Connect? Oh my god, it looks terrible. Well, we'll continue this soon. I think my internet's just died. It's kind of hilarious. Oh my god. Well, I'll figure it out and I'll BRB. Okay, I think we're back. It took like 2 minutes. I think something happened, just like a little blip of something. God knows what that was. That's never happened to me before when I'm recording a video, by the way. That is very unusual. So this gets us up to day 10, and we're looking quite... Oh, don't do this to me. Okay, it's really slow. We're bringing back down the -5. So again, another northerly blast, a northwesterly blast on 6th December, but it's showing signs of this again. The GM, just keep going with this. Like, it just keeps coming with northerly blasts. So yeah, 27th of November, this is the ECM, by the way, BBC Weather's favourite. And yes, we're bringing down northerlies today, and very cold day, 3 days coming up. And yeah, we another 1 day of mild weather, and then another very cold 2 days after that, maybe even 3 days. Actually looking quite stormy there. Not stormy, quite windy and wet there. As that clears through, if that slips southward, we could get some snow behind that. And it sort of does that, but it moves more into the North Sea, so probably wouldn't get snow with that. Probably more rain. apart from the hills, of course, and then we start to ridge to Greenland again, and this could be quite cold. We could be starting to bring some snow in. So Monday, 6th of December, again with the ECM, is looking fairly chilly. So not cold, but chilly. So like below average, a little bit below average, but it's certainly not mild. We've got no signs of milds with any of them so far, apart from that one day on Tuesday. Even then, it's just around average. Woo. Met Office and BBC Weather will probably over-exaggerate it and probably say it's above average. Let's move on. GFS 12Z, and we're going to move on now. Let's forget I said that. It's looking quite cold on Monday, up until Monday. And then one day of a bit more Atlantic-driven weather, and then we'll go back into northerlies. So yeah, it's probably definite with this. Probably almost definitely we're bringing down another northerly on the 1st of December. And then it stays there on the 2nd. And we're looking quite cold for 2 days. And then the 3rd of December is a transition day. It's still looking quite chilly in the east, but you can probably say it's a bit milder. And again, we're not staying that mild at all. We are starting to push southwesterlies in. We're trying to anyway. But I think this low pressure might just run it through. And yes, it does that. It does bring southerlies for a time, but then eventually it looks like we will turn a bit colder. Eventually, anyway. It's looking quite cool. I'm actually bringing the -5 on the 8th of December, and probably fully into the country, Scotland anyway, on the 9th. And we keep going. We're looking quite Atlantic driven, but cool. On the cool side of the jet stream. What the hell did I just do? On the cool side of the jet stream. And yeah, it's looking quite Atlantic driven, probably quite mild, probably around average at this point, but we do see signs of Scandinavian high getting going, but I think the low pressure is probably a bit too strong to start getting that going. But there's signs there. There's signs there of a Scandinavian high. Lots of hints in the models in the last couple of days of a Scandinavian high. It doesn't ever get them, apart from like one of the models. I think it was like the Midnight Run or something yesterday that did it, but that was about it. So how does that compare to the overall ensembles then for the GFS 12Z? So this southwesterly thing was an outlier. You can basically call it an outlier on the 6th to the 8th of December. Actually, most of them are actually going below average. Like the average is below average. Actually, for the average overall, it is looking very below average, apart from for one day around the 30th of November. Actually, the average is around average, or even slightly below. So, to the middle of December, the GFS ensembles for the 12Z anyway are predicting that it is around average, a little bit below. But significantly below for the next week, though, like significantly below, like 6-7 degrees below average for the next week. Particularly over the next couple of days, and over the weekend, and into the middle part of next week as well. This one could trend down, because this is down to -10 almost. That was only an average of -7, so this one could trend down to around -9 again, maybe -10. So I have to keep an eye on next week's one as well. Oh yeah, I want to remind you, I will be releasing my winter forecast on the 30th of November. So even though we've got a mild day on the 30th of November, it won't be quiet at all. So yeah, that's kind of like breaking up a little bit. So it's an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting one. I need to figure out what I'm going to say in that. I've got a rough idea. I just make the video and see what happens. But yeah, that will be coming on the 30th of November. It'll probably be around midday or something, maybe 2 p.m, something like that. But I will give you my winter forecast. This is no way going to be like correct. I don't think anyway. Maybe it will. It's just a bit of fun, really. But yeah, that'll be coming up on the 30th of November, so keep an eye out for that. It's going to be fun and also quite bizarre. So yeah, this is the latest GFS. That's the one I haven't seen, actually. I haven't seen the 12 and the 18Z, actually, today. I've been so busy today. Not with looking at Storm Arwen or anything, but other various crap I have to do. And yeah, Barocca is interesting, I will admit. It's it looks like P again. It looks like cider or P, as I've said multiple times. And yes, we're bringing down northerlies for the next 3 days. And then it goes milder on Monday night, but then on Tuesday night it starts to bring down this northerly again. So we start to slowly bring this northerly blast down again. So another one. not really getting in that much though, not as much as the others. This Atlantic ridge is toppling over a bit quicker, but it's still cold. There will be some frost around with that. Maybe some snow shower. I don't think there'll be a lot with this run anyway. Might still be a few flurries around light snow showers, but I wouldn't say anything like, like something to shout from the rooftops about, if you like. This low pressure is dinking southwards, so that is starting to ridge a bit more up to the Atlantic, so it is like a mid-Atlantic ridge at this rate. I imagine that'll probably get a bit colder around the 4th, and indeed it does, for a day anyway. And yes, it's starting to dink southward, and we start to ridge to Scandinavia again, so that's another cooler day on the 4th of December there. And yeah, we're actually starting to get signs of a Scandinavian high going, mid-Atlantic ridge as well going on, and we do start to get there as well. Like, we are actually doing a good job of it. The low pressure isn't strong at this point, and we sort of get there, but it is actually... The thing is about this is there's blocking in the Atlantic, well, a mid-Atlantic ridge, a bit of blocking in Greenland, and Scandinavia is just enough to start pulling down this low pressure from the north. And that could be some snow around with that as well. A very interesting one. Then a northerly blast on the 9th. Wow. That's minus 10 isotherm right there. And yeah, we just run up looking quite cold. But around the 11th of December, you'd look at that and think that's quite mild, considering that's coming around from the southwest. But it's only 0 Celsius isotherm right there. And actually down southward. And we end up looking quite cool and quite Atlantic driven. But that was a very interesting spell around like the 7th to the 10th of December there. Like a bit of a Scandinavian high, but then a sort of a northerly blast going on. A bit of bluff, like a mid-Atlantic ridge and a bit of a Scandinavian high. Just a little bit, not much though. But it is enough to give us 2 or 3 days of cold weather again. So it's like a very, very mixed bag over the first... couple of weeks of December, it looks like. I don't think we're going to be I don't think 3 days are going to go by without us changing the air mass. Even 2 days, not like the whole bloody autumn so far, but yeah, there has definitely been a massive shift towards something different, and I'm glad because it was very boring for the last 2.5 months. So yeah, finally something different. Notice I got a bit of high pressure ridge into Siberia as well. It's something to keep an eye on as well. But yeah, this is just one model run, and it's 18Z. They always go overkill. But that's so yeah. Okay, how does that compare to the overall ensembles then? There is actually one going down to like minus 13 right here. Jeez. But yeah, this is staying very below average actually, like minus 9.5 for the average tonight. Why wouldn't that be snow? Come on. I'm actually surprised there was actually rain with that today. So basically for me today, there was like snow to start with, like wet snow, sleety snow, like wet snow. There was fully snow, and then it turned to rain, and then it turned to hailstones, and it turned back to sleet, and then it stopped. Winds in the middle of this. Everything's happening this weekend. We just need some frost and ice, and that'll like kind of round it off a little bit. But yeah, how's this looking now? Minus 7.4 for Dundee on the 1st to the 2nd of December. Looking quite cold. Cold start to the winter as well. And yeah, we run up to the middle of December, looking quite average, maybe a tiny around average, sometimes a bit above average, but not excessively so. And the operational run was very up and down, like a lot of the ensemble members, I imagine. Especially around the 9th, 10th of December, very low. Probably one of the outliers, actually. It's not an outlier, it's got like 3 or 4 of them around with them, but it is like you can probably call it an outlier, to be honest. And then around the average 11th and 12th of December, as it starts to show signs of like a Siberian high. But yeah, that's something we need to keep an eye on. If you have a look at 2 meter temperatures around the 2nd of December, we can see here it actually goes below freezing, and then it goes back up to around 2 degrees, so 3 degrees on average. And yeah, actually it looks like it's going to go down to minus 3 tomorrow night. So it's going to be one to watch. A lot of frost and maybe some ice around with that if it snows and it melts away during the day. But yeah, that's something to keep an eye on, and there is a lot to keep an eye on even into the first week of December. So yeah, I'll hopefully continue doing videos, probably will actually continue doing videos of this until around the 19th of December, around Christmas time, and then I'll need to take about 2 or 3 weeks break for that because I won't be near my PC. I'll be seeing family, so yeah, I can't actually make these videos, which would probably suck because that's probably around the interesting point as well. But yeah. Yeah, that's going to do it. I am done. I am going to bed. I think I am done. This Barocca is like sort of... I don't know why I'm drinking Barocca at night. Nobody does that, but yeah, nobody goes for a walk at night either. Yeah, I've done both of them. So done two very different things tonight. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, keep a day with other videos on my channel. We might do another one of these on Monday morning, and then Tuesday we'll have the forecast. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, enjoyed the video, please like the video, we could keep it there, but all videos go on my channel, please subscribe and see you in the next video. I don't know why I did that again. Bye.